we're going to really quickly break down one of the most simple concepts when approaching a girl, which is these beautiful lines here. Female is, let's give her a nice little color of red. Female is in the red and she is walking this way. Man is in the blue. He is walking, he spots female with his big eyes. Amazing. So, what a lot of most men do are this, or this, or a common one which I've seen occurring is this. Which is a very interesting one, like almost walking behind. And the reason being is if we make that like eye contact there, the direction of our walk needs to be here straight away. Like it needs to be direct, and we need to get into a habit where we're approaching or cold approaching so frequently that our feet are almost moving before our brain is in that manner. So what I find, and I know this sounds like super dynamic, but even them couple of steps there, because if we're walking this way in general, right? Even a couple of steps there can be really, really crucial to not getting the preferable 45-degree angle that we want when we're approaching. So, instead, what we're going to do from here is we're going to try, if we haven't made any eye contact, we're going to try to sneak our way across to here and meet her at some point there, at that magic line. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is about what I call a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to talk to you about why that is so important. So let's take back all the lines and go here. I'm a visual learner, so I love to teach you visually. That's her walk. You're here. This is your walk. Sensational. And here in the orange, we have a 45-degree line. Bloody gorgeous, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that gorgeous? Because if you are essentially approaching a girl from in front, from face on, if she's coming this way and you're coming to block her path directly in this way, that's a terrible line. Here, so where blue meets orange, in this circle right here, if I can get myself to draw a productive circle, is technically a zone of conflict, right? You are giving her an immediate ultimatum of whether she wants to be trapped or she wants to escape. And coming from head on to close off her path of walking without earning it, and I'm being very slow with my vocabulary here because we're not actually trying to earn something, but there is a formula to approaching a woman where the first 5 seconds we need to be a little bit more empathetic about the fact that she might be scared, she might be confused, she might not know what's going on, she might have been approached by 20 guys that day, she might think we're trying to sell her something, whatever. So we're trying to give us some slack, some time to prevail our intentions. So in this scenario, when we're heading straight on, unless we've had a really good window of eye contact and silent intention beforehand, which is mostly impossible because most girls won't pick up on them signals, even if there is a sustained level of eye contact, we're essentially putting ourselves in the danger zone where most likely she's going to do this little red line here, which is get me the fuck out of here. Or even, which has happened to me many times before, she'll do that. She'll spin a Uno reverse. She just wants to get away. It's a very uncomfortable situation with her. You're putting her in a situation or an environment of fight or flight, and that is never an environment we want to put a woman in. Never, ever fight or flight. We want to invite her kindly and comfortably into our kingdom so she can emotionally invest into that and then naturally become more invested into the process. So, if it's not straight on, what's another mistake guys do? Well, some guys attain this green line here and try and come from a 90-degree angle. And what that does is give her this green line here, which is what I call an exit space. And a lot of exit space, which almost makes it appealing. And I'll tell you why, because this exit space here is also her comfort space. So don't forget, regardless of the levels of attraction, regardless of who, where, what, when, more than anything, females desire comfort. And if they are confused or don't understand in any manner, they're going to choose that comfort zone. That comfort zone is their neutral escape mechanism. So if the tiniest thing you say is wrong or can be interpreted differently or is misunderstood, I don't know, anything, that's her go-to comfort zone. So essentially, we want to find a good medium between this red line, which is like freaking her out, and then this green line here, which is very passive and allowing her a large comfort zone. You might be asking, what is that? Well, we already know. It's this beautiful orange line here called the 45-degree angle. So essentially, I've already explained why the 45-degree angle, right? We're cutting off the negative and the negative, and we're going to the medium point of positive, the most positive output we can attain, which is essentially assertive but not intrusive. Yes, pickup, cold approach, it's all about the balance of asserting dominance through a level of serenity and comfort. Because if she gets uncomfortable, she's going to leave. If she feels too masculine or too level with you, she's going to lose levels of attraction for you or not going to be entitled to be attracted to you in that capacity. So the 45-degree angle is perfect for that. And what we want to do, one big mistake that guys make when they walk up to a girl, when they make this orange line here, this little walk towards her, is they'll be still with their body. They'll just make the walk and they'll show no intention until the last second. And I'm talking last second, like this black line is us. No, it's not. This black line is, no, it's still not. This black line here is us. This orange line here is her. We want to make the move, the talk, the hand gesture towards her, the eye contact, the approval, the acknowledgement. That's the best word. The acknowledgement at around, let's get a nice different color. You guys can tell I'm having fun here. This red line and this red line, which means here is going to be a point of comfort for her. Because if we go on the green line, again, we're putting her in a position of fight or flight. We're putting her in a potential position where she can go, still wasn't ready for that. Even though we're being a little bit more open in our level of angle that we're actually approaching her, she can still attain them quick levels of intention. Sorry, apologies. So this part of it for me, and there's part of the masculine frame that we want to really assert here, right? There's big parts of like dominance and leadership we want to maintain from the start, but there's also a massive note for the only really important thing right now is that we're going to get her to the next stage of the interaction, because right now she's in fight or flight. We need to make her comfortable. The longer she can stick around, the more chance we have of actually going, hi, my name's Diego. I'm not a serial killer. Would you like to open a conversation with me? And we're still going to get some rejections there, but the likelihood is if we approach this 45-degree angle, it's going to be okay, or it's going to be invited somewhat. And then there's more mechanisms down the line, of course, you know, that there is a mentorship program for you guys in the description for that. But for now, I want to focus on this red line here, right? What should we be trying to do at this red line here? We should be trying to first and foremost open our body up. We should be maintaining a steady, strong posture and opening our body up to try and reach out to her with our hand to show some form of reach out. Hey, hi, if she's got earphones in, that signal of take out your earphones. Just to give her a second before you're bang in her personal space, right? And what you're going to find is within that angle, we're not giving her too much space to like walk past. No, I don't want to speak to him. It's like he's coming in my line of view, so I kind of have to stop. But he's not formulating an environment where I'm freaking out. I know we're repeating a lot of the same things, but these are super vital lessons. Eventually, in this interaction here, we want to rotate from 45 to head on. For sure, within about 60 seconds of the interaction, I'd be looking to attain her full attention, head on, eyes on, with you. End of. But for the start, we're maintaining the 45 because we want to focus on the level of comfortability alongside assertiveness, which 90 degrees or 180 degrees does not achieve. This is the importance of the 45-degree rule. What can we take away from this? Well, realistically, we can take away try and approach at 45 degrees. One of the other most important lessons is a point we said at the start, which is when we're actually at this point here and we acknowledge, go. Move your feet. Don't start making excuses, moving your brain around why you shouldn't do it. Start to move your feet towards, make that an instinctual, habit that your nervous system indulges, so you can portray that consistently and start to make them approaches. Approach at 45 degrees. You will get rejected, you will get success, you will get both at all levels. It is just about optimizing the results, optimizing the top of the funnel. So right now we're at the very top of the funnel, we're approaching, and this is going to change your success rate from 20% to 40%, or 40 to 60, or 60 to 80. It's not going to make a generational impact and allow you massive levels of confidence, but it will allow us not to make a silly mistake. I want to close with this very, very, very important message. If you are behind her and you have no way to run around her and get in front of her without looking like a desperate bunny rabbit, then still make the approach. Your chances just drop. But that should never stop you. The only excuse to not approaching a girl is if she is with her boyfriend or her dad. And even then, I'd make considerations to make exceptions. But generally speaking, there is no excuses. If she's got her earphones in, if she's with her dog, if she's in the gym, if she's busy, if she looks like she's in a rush, no reason. These are all reasons why there's a higher percentage of chance that we would face rejection. But as strong, masculine, confident, and stoic men, rejection is not something that scares us. If you would like to learn more, then look and explore the link in the description where I can personally, or you can have personal access to me to mentor you one-to-one in an environment where you'll be able to learn this and apply it and be accountable for it on extremely high scales.